Now that we have the required tools installed, let's create a simple Angular application. Again, the Angular CLI is what's going to help us put together the simple application so that we're not creating all that boilerplate code ourselves. And since we're learning Angular, we don't really know where to start. So Angular CLI is a good place for us to start. The way to ask Angular CLI to create a new project is to invoke the command ng, like we covered in the last tutorial. Ng is the command to run the Angular CLI. And in order to tell Angular CLI to create a new project, I use the command new and then the name of my project. So I'm going to call this first project. And now what the Angular CLI is going to do is create this project, create all the files that are associated with it, and it also happens to be an npm project, so it's actually doing an npm install. So it's installing the dependencies. We're going to be using the Angular library, obviously, because that's what we're learning now. But the Angular library needs to be in our project. You would typically go download a JavaScript file and link it to your HTML, but in this case, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using the npm route. We're going to have npm download and install the dependencies that we need. If you're new to npm, don't worry too much about it. All it's doing is downloading related JavaScript files from the internet and saving it into one folder. And we're going to be using those JavaScript files in our HTML and in our JavaScript code in order to use the framework and call the library APIs. All right, so now the npm install is done. And now if I list directory, you see here there is this directory called first project. So this is the name of the project that I asked Angular CLI to create. So I'm going to switch to this directory. And here you see it has it's created a bunch of files already, files and folders. So it has this folder called src, which is going to contain our source code. It has this folder called node modules, which is where all the downloaded dependencies have gone. And it has this file called package.json, which lists the dependencies that we need. All the libraries, all the third-party scripts that we need are specified in package.json, and npm has installed them in the node modules folder. Now let's see what this tool has created by opening this folder in our editor, Visual Studio Code. All right, so I've got a new window of Visual Studio Code open here. You might see a welcome page, just close that. And here you have this button which says open folder. So you're going to be opening the folder that the Angular CLI created, which was first-project. All right, now I've opened the project, and here you see the same hierarchy, the same directory structure. src is going to contain all our source code, and node modules is going to contain all our dependencies that npm has installed. E2E contains the end-to-end testing that we're not going to be covering now. Here are all the configuration files, including package.json, which contains all the dependencies that I talked about. Here you see it has created this dependencies node, which is a JSON file. As these are all the dependencies that we've got. And as you can see, we're using version 6 of Angular. All these are Angular dependencies. You see add Angular/core, add Angular/HTTP. All these indicate that these are Angular dependencies. And you can see the structure of the name similar to what we've seen with the Angular CLI. It's add Angular/something. And these are library names that get installed when we create that new Angular CLI project. All right, so I'm going to close this, and let's look at our source directory. This is the source code that the Angular CLI created for our bare bones project. This is going to look overwhelming because, we just created a bare bones project and it looks like there are so many files over here. But don't worry, take a deep breath. It's not that complicated. What I'm going to do first, before we look at any of these files, is to actually run this. You have a project with you by using the Angular CLI, which can run. It has some very bare bones structure and it can actually run. You can see it in action. So let's run this. I'm going to switch back to my command prompt. And here, I'm going to run the command ng serve. Now, what does running an Angular project entail? What it does is it creates a simple HTTP server and it hosts the Angular project that you have so that you can access a URL in your browser, a localhost URL, and load that HTML. And you can make changes to the code, and that URL is going to automatically keep updating with your latest changes. So I am going to run the command ng serve in order to start that process, in order to serve my code. And ng server is going to create that local development server. As you can see here, it's listening on localhost 4200, and this is the URL that I'm going to access in order to load that project which Angular CLI has created. All right, so here's the URL. I'm opening it in a fresh browser window. Simple HTML file. It says welcome to app, nice Angular logo, and a few links here. So this is our simple Angular application. Angular has already bootstrapped this and made it available for us. Now let's switch back to the editor, and it's time to examine the code and see what was the code that the Angular CLI generated for us to get that page, that view in the browser.